There is no attempt by the government to remove cash, meaning paper money, from the system. We need to take planning for natural disasters far more seriously.
These and more coming out of the office of the Prime Minister. I'm Andre Palmer, and you're watching Jamaica House Weekly. Prime Minister Andrew Holness has assured Jamaicans that there is no attempt by the government to remove cash from the system to create a cashless mandate for citizens. The Prime Minister made the statement at a digital transformation forum of the Inter-American Development Bank IDB recently. Acknowledging that there are concerns about digital currencies, Mr. Holness asserts that investments continue to be made both in the technology and the currencies themselves. He assures that citizens will be able to choose whether they participate in the ongoing digital transformation.
There is no attempt by the government to remove cash, meaning paper money, from the system. I want to take the opportunity to assure everyone that, one, neither the digital ID nor digital currency will be mandatory. There will be no compulsion to use them. The reason we are implementing these things is to make the lives of citizens easier. If you choose to use them, hooray to you. If you choose not to use them, it is your choice.
As it regards safety concerns, Prime Minister Holness points out that some of the threats that exist in digital currencies also exist in cash. He says focus, therefore, must be placed on the strength of the country's laws to protect consumers and not in fear of the technology. This, he says, is especially true for the NIDS program and the central bank's digital currency Jamdex, which was launched in 2022.
There will be strong safeguards to ensure that your personal data and information is properly secured and used for the purposes that the citizen has provided it for.
Prime Minister Holness is appealing to Jamaicans to take the necessary precautions to protect life and property during the 2023 Atlantic hurricane season. The season runs from June 1 to November 30. The Prime Minister delivered his appeal at the National Disaster Risk Management Council meeting on Thursday. He said the time had come for a no-nonsense response to the threat of natural disasters and reminded persons to listen for and adhere to warnings issued by credible, relevant authorities.
We need to take planning for natural disasters far more seriously because the impact to us is existential. Meaning a natural disaster could potentially wipe out the country.
According to Mr. Holness, the government has put policies in place that provide access to crucial funding in the event of a natural disaster. One of these is the National Natural Disaster Risk Financing Policy.
Jamaica became the first country in the Caribbean, and certainly the first small island developing state, to issue or sponsor a catastrophe bond. The bond is effective it is for 3 Atlantic tropical cyclone cycles, so that would end in December 2023. And in the event of an event that qualifies for payout, Jamaica would be protected up to US $185 million in rapid response.
On his inaugural visit to Jamaica, CEO of Korea East West Power and the Jamaica Public Service Company JCF, Young Moon Kim, paid a courtesy call on Prime Minister Andrew Holness last Thursday. They discussed challenges facing Jamaica's energy sector and alternatives such as energy storage systems ESS and hydrogen for power generation. The Prime Minister pointed out that the cost of fuel had risen significantly since Russia's invasion of Ukraine, while ripple effects of the pandemic were negatively affecting the price consumers pay for electricity. He said the government would continue to explore options for more affordable energy for all Jamaicans.
The integration of technology into education is the next frontier. There is a fear that somehow technology, with all its advancements in artificially developing intelligence, could replace or minimize the role of the teacher. That is absolutely not the case when it comes to education.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness met with Dr. Rebecca Tortello, education specialist from UNICEF, along with 6-year-old Ari and 10-year-old Nathaniel, both hearing impaired students during a recent courtesy call. He was presented with a copy of the Accessible Digital Textbook Project, which was created to provide special needs children with access to high-quality interactive digital textbooks to enhance learning. The Prime Minister thanked UNICEF for its continued partnership in securing the future of every Jamaican child, and Book Fusion, which digitized textbooks with audio and sign language capabilities.
So I'm very happy to see that content which was embedded in books are now digitized so that they can be easily accessible to persons who may be visually or hearing impaired, to persons who may learn differently.
Closing out the weekend, the Prime Minister, through his social media accounts, congratulated athlete Sharika Jackson on her remarkable achievement at the Racers Grand Prix on Saturday. Jackson set a new meet record of 10.78 seconds in the 100-meter A finals. And this is where we close out Jamaica House Weekly. We'll be back next week with more stories coming out of the Office of the Prime Minister.